workroom. The idea is that part-time coworkers sit down working here, plug in, and use the wireless anytime we're open. Right now we're open 9 to 6 Monday to Friday. We want to expand our hours. We have a lot of evening events. This doubles as a conference room / meetup room in the evening. And sometimes people are here all night long. I have one coworkers over there working on software, and they're burning the midnight oil all the time. So I'll come in the morning on like a Saturday or Sunday, and they've been here since Friday. And that's just sort of how people work. I mean, all these hours, especially when they're trying to launch a product. They find that they work really hard and really long hours to get things done. But these can be for anybody, all kinds of purposes, multi-purpose kind of stuff. And through there, let's go this way. Holly's been in the kitchen already. What I do is I brew coffee every day for people and give it to them. It's one of the three things I identified when I was starting the business that people needed was electricity, wireless, and coffee. And that's pretty much the necessities to have. And so we have the coffee. I can brew whatever kind of drip type of coffee people want. No fancy cappuccinos yet, but one day when I can afford a coffee maker that costs as much as a car, I might consider it. But until then, we have a copier here that does all kinds of things. You can fax from, you can scan, you can print, you can do all these other kinds of things. It's on the network as well. And some of the other amenities that's part of the services here.
Do they pay a fee for that?
Yeah, right now it's just open for anybody to use as part of their other fees service. But as time goes on, like it uses code and charge based on popularity of the market. It's not really hard to do is to build in services into monthly fees instead of nickel and dime. Yeah, I think it's when I first went to use it, I feel more comfortable in using something instead of feel like, wow, I don't have 10 cents to give you right now, or you want your credit card for 10 cents. I mean, how do you do all that? So trying to build it all in to existing services and people just going in. So down here, I have a couple rooms that act as conference rooms. This one, it's a 16-person conference room, and there's a LCD screen and a computer and a VoIP telephone, just like in the big room. But this works well for smaller meetings. Recently, a tech company rented it for a couple hours to do a conference call to share their computer screen online about the projects they were working on with other people, and then use the phone so they could have a conference call with them. And a lot of that can be done online now. Like, we don't have traditional teleconferencing here per se, because things like Skype and other services are so cheap with cheap webcams that it's really easy to do that across existing data networks without fancy remote control, robotic cameras, and all that stuff that you used to have in universities and things like that. And this small room acts as a place to do interviews or telephone conferencing, but also I tell the people who are the part-time coworkers that if they need to go someplace to make a private phone call, they can do it here. This open space during the day is sort of noisy and everybody's talking, but you're getting work done at the same time, so it's sort of an in-between space, and a lot of people like to work that way. They don't need to have complete heads down, door closed all the time. It's sort of more open, but this can act as a phone booth sometimes. Back down here to your left are examples of some of the offices for the full-time coworkers and the regular office coworkers. In this room in here is an example of how the full-time coworker works, and basically you have 3 desks in here. If you want to, you can start walking down towards the hallway this way after you've checked it out. And this is $225 a month, and the idea is that you have your own chair, your own desk, and a locker to put things in. You can leave stuff here, and it's a more reliable place. It's always yours, and you have a door you can close. But you can also sort of get to know other people. For example, there's 2 people in there right now that didn't know each other, and right now working on a Knight Foundation grant, based on common interest and, sort of things going on. So that's all about the serendipity of meeting other people and running to other people that you can work with and get things done. I mean, we've only been open like, a little over 6 weeks or so. People are already collaborating in major ways. And so it's really about organic incubation and creating an environment that's conducive to doing these things, and then letting people come in and use it. And then they sort of organize themselves, and then hopefully people who are interested in investing in them will find out about them and what they're doing, and help them take them to the next step. Next stage. Some of these other doors you see that are closed over here are people I call office coworkers, and they're folks that are renting an office just like another office building in our space, but they have a key to their own door, and they have an electronic key fob at the front door that allows them to come in and out 24/7. And they're very collaborative as well. Even though they have doors, they don't always keep them locked and closed. They come and go, but they really benefit from all these people hanging out here doing other things, and sort of they get to work together in different ways. And the interesting thing is we have lots of different kinds of people here. We have lots of writers of all kinds. We have a documentary filmmaker, computer software folks who are developing web applications, people involved in international business, and other kinds of things. So that's sort of an example of the kinds of people that are sort of attracted to that. And that was sort of the target, but it's surprised me as well. So if you keep going around here, you can go back to the kitchen, and that's pretty much the long and the short of it. There are other examples of how people work in here. We're working on the lighting to change it so it can illuminate artwork better and make you feel like you're less in an office and more in your home or somewhere else. Hi, how are you? So it's transferring. That's pretty much it. So please have some wine, and we have some beer in the red and white cooler as well, and some chocolate and cheese.
Hey, how are you?
My Twitter feed and a bunch of other things. Some people feel over. Absolutely. Pleasure. That's another example how full-time co-working is sort of the same kind of setup. Thank you very much.
There's a lot of people here today.
Yeah, I think it's only begun even.
I am Joe Nugget.
Hey, nice to meet you.